Welcome back to another episode of the Tunes and Tales podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Jay. We're at the end of the season, guys. This is the last episode of season 1. I'm excited / sad at the same time. Sad, I gotta take a break, but excited to also take a break. I'm not gonna lie, podcast takes a lot. It's not like it pays my bills, it's just something I do because I enjoy podcasting. So, it has to fit into empty pockets, empty spaces of my life, between work and just other responsibilities. So it's good to be able to take a break for the next couple of months. And then I'm going to start working on season 2. No idea who's going to be in season 2 yet. No idea when, but the idea or the plan to get started is in the works. Is the best I can describe it. But yeah, season 1. I just want to thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for being a part of the podcast community. I've said it already. I'm going to say it again. If you watch multiple episodes, if you've only listened or watched for like 5 seconds, for a minute, if you've consumed this podcast in any shape or form, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I put a lot into this podcast. I enjoy podcasting. It's not something where I'm like, I want to be rich and famous. No, it's just I enjoy having people come on to share their stories, and yeah, that's really it. And on top, speaking of sharing stories, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that was on the podcast this season, that came on, that shared their stories, shared the songs that remind them of the stories. Thank you guys so much. Let's give a shout out to Abraham, Natalie, Rose, Zay, Fragine, CJ, Willie, Bree, Stephen, Henry, Antone, Tanisha, Sam, Sean, Ty, and Jennifer and Madison. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for making this season a reality, a possibility. You guys are the best. And yeah, that's really it. Hold on, my girlfriend's calling me. Hey, I'm recording the podcast. I'm gonna call you back in like 2 seconds. So yeah, let's just do the formalities one last time for this season. As usual, if you want to follow us on social media, we're on TikTok, Instagram, we're on X or Twitter at Tunes and Tales Pod. We're also on Facebook, Tunes and Tales Podcasts. Where else? If you want to listen, if you watch and you want to listen on the go, on your way to work, doing chores, doing errands, whatever. Excusez-moi. You can listen on all podcast platforms. So that is Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you listen to podcasts, there's a 90% chance we're there. So go subscribe, check us out. Speaking of subscribe, if you want to watch us, we're on YouTube. If you're already watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button for us. It helps us out, helps us grow the podcast. I appreciate it. And what else am I missing? Oh, emails. If you want to send us any questions, comments, concerns, just go ahead and email us at tunesandtalespod@gmail.com. All right, let's get into this week's episode. This week's episode is featuring myself, Jay, your boy, the host of the Tunes and Tales podcast. Today, I'll be sharing a story and a song. And I just want to give a special shout out to Henry for being this week's guest host and making this episode a possibility. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, Jay.
Yeah. I was talking about accounting shit. You know what? I'm thinking too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. Release the pressure, bro. All right, I need to stop. That's crazy.
Hey.
It's 2 times in a row.
We're starting again. man.
Two times in a row.
If you such to say something, bro, I don't.
That is 2 times. I apologize. That is not with intention. It's fucking crazy.
Show me the pressure. Before you tell me to move my pole.
Hey, yo.
Oh boy. All right.
That's fucking wild. This shit is annoying. You're right.
Yeah, bro. It keeps dropping. What's the other one? Are they in the basement?
That's fine. I'll just watch it.
Just watch it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess we can. Today you ready?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for doing this.
Hell yeah.
Flipping, you know what I'm saying?
Today we're switching the roles.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tunes and Tales.
Tunes and Tales.
So today we're going to be interviewing none other than...
the myth, the legend, that nigga himself.
That nigga himself.
Me. I'm him. Me. Motherfuckers. No,
welcome today to your podcast.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me.
Dude, this is fantastic, man. The idea behind this whole podcast has been creative, and I appreciate you putting me in this position to interview you.
Yeah, just in time for your new show, your motherfucking trillionaire.
The motherfucking trillionaires.
Perfect. That's nice practice.
So kind of let's just jump right into it, man. Let's just jump right into it. So you are Mr. J. Reed Travel.
Yes.
So I want to start off with that. Okay. I want to start off with that.
Cool.
Right. So matter of fact, let's change it up. What inspired you to start off with the Tunes and Tales podcast?
Oh, okay, that's good. So I actually already I mentioned this in a previous episode already. I don't know if you know. Are you into podcasts? Like a lot?
I like listening to them. Yeah.
So there's this why do I always forget his name when I fucking time to talk about it? It's so annoying. I had to do this shit in the last episode too. His name is Ryan.
Is it Holiday?
No, not the Arthur. That's my favorite Arthur though.
Okay.
But not him. He's a comedian. Ryan. It's not Sickler. Is it Sickler? I think it is Sickler. Sorry, this is bad podcast etiquette, but fuck it. And these ain't gonna beat my ass.
In this part of the episode, just put a little sound over it.
Sanjay went on to get his ass beat. It's called the Honeydew Podcast by Ryan Sickler. So I was right.
So you got it right.
So Ryan Sickler, the Honeydew Podcast, and Theo Von. You know Theo Von?
Yeah.
Another comedian.
Hell yeah.
He has another podcast called This Past Weekend. So the way I kind of like format the show, if you watch This Past Weekend by Theo Von, it's kind of inspired by the way he format his show. Like he does the intro, he talks, and then he introduces guests. And you go into the interview, which is pretty much how this is set up.
Yeah.
And then as far as like sharing stories and like having one-on-ones like guests and just telling a story, that's inspired by the Honeydew by Ryan Sickler. And then I just incorporate my love for music. So it's kind of like 3 factors.
All in one.
Dude,
I know you're also a big person in the podcast. Like, we talk about Joe Rogan a lot, and we talk, So those are the 2 main ones that you kind of inspired.
For this podcast, like, there's other, like you said, there's other podcasts I love. The Joe Rogan, Brilliant Idiots. fucking the Friend Zone. Like, there's a bunch of like popular ones I like. Like smaller ones, but yeah.
Dude, it's so amazing because music is so universal, right? So, and I'm assuming the amount of people that you probably interviewed already is just bringing you different aspects to the.
It's the best. So it's more like it's. Okay, I'm about to sound fucking crazy, but it's like you don't expect, like how you reveal the song. You don't expect some of the songs. That's right. Some of the people, I'm like,
yeah.
like there's one episode, this guy, this will come out after his episode. Like his song is one of my friends, Willie. His song is On the Road Again, because his story is about going on road trips.
Okay.
But like it's a Willie Nelson song.
He's
you
know what I mean?
Like, on the road again. Like I was like, bro, what?
It wasn't expecting that.
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck? So like that's a fun part, and then. The main goal for me in this podcast, honestly, is to get people to share their stories. Because I feel like everybody has their own unique point of view, their own unique life experiences. So I feel like getting people to share, like, whether it be like an intimate, just a funny, or like a stupid, or like, like a life-changing story, whatever the fuck it is, like, your story is their story. So I want to get people like in the habit, or even comfortable. Because I can't tell you how many times of all the people, so this season we'll probably have about I'm gonna say maybe 12 to 14 episodes, I didn't ask just 14 people.
Yeah, of course.
I asked like 30. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it makes me want to do the podcast even more. Instead of like every time somebody says no or they'll say yes and just never get back to me.
Yep.
I don't take none of that shit personal. But I just take it as more like, this is why people need to do the podcast more. It's to get into the habit of sharing your story. You know, and the people that say no, it is what it. Fuck them. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
You know who you are.
You know, Bernie Mac. Fuck them. Nah, I like the people who say no. Is like, I don't, like I said, I don't take it personal, but it kind of pushes me. Like, this is exactly why. I want people to be comfortable with, hey, that fucking. I remember this song this one time, and I don't care how stupid or small the story is, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's yours to share. So,
and it brings back a memory that you probably had hidden so far back you didn't even think of. That's the best
part. Nostalgia, man. You fucking think back, and like doing all these episodes so far is just like, yeah, it feels good. And everybody like who has done the podcast, who has done the interview, they're like, this is dope.
Yep.
Or I remember one person, they're like, dude, thank you. Like, I never thought of it this way. Like, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. Yeah. So
you're low-key helping out people without helping.
I'm a fucking therapist out here.
It is what it is.
Email me. I'm a $20 a session. You know what I'm saying?
It's too little, bro.
Pay a little bit more. I talk shit back. Like, I got you.
Next season, probably go up.
What Fat Joe said, today's price is not yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm a therapist out here, bro.
Dude, it's amazing because after we got off this podcast, like I really, when we did my episode, right? I was sitting, I was like, yo, I really cannot think of like any specific memories. Mm-hmm. And then, do you know Vato by Snoop Dogg? The Vato, you won't believe what I saw. Run, nigga, run. Yeah. So, you know what? I'll tell you about that. So, it was a church trip. We were on a church bus. A church bus. We was going to like some dinner with like the church people or whatever. Mm-hmm. And one of my homies, I'm not going to say his name, one of my homies, younger guy, probably like 5 years younger than me or whatever. He wanted to see my MP3. You remember MP3 players, bro? MP3 players.
You're talking like the Apple Nanos?
Not even an Apple, bro. It was like a regular MP3. You plug the USB into the computer. It hold probably like 100 songs. Bro, that shit was so old. And I had, so I had Vato on the MP3 player, and I gave it to him, and this nigga started singing the whole Vato hook out loud, bro. All the church people just started turning their head. This nigga's like, run, motherfucker, run. Yo, and I'm like, and like shit like that. It was like, yo, that's the type of it brings back those memories.
And that's my point. Like I said, when I reach out to people, I feel like some people feel like it has to be like this funny, fucking hilarious. And don't get me wrong, those are cool. Like I had a story. I had one of my friends. He tells a story about his fucking crazy night at the casino in fucking Bahamas. It was great. Like some movie script shit, hilarious. Like I was crying. But it doesn't have to be some elaborate movie plot. Like, if it's like a small detail, I want people to share it. That's the whole point of the podcast.
Right. But it brings out that other side that's not necessarily sensitive, but just something within them.
Right.
I like that. I like that. Okay, so you basically created this podcast so that you can bring out the experiences within other people, just so they can dive a little bit deeper within their, I guess, their intuitive thoughts. Is that the right way to say it? Now, one of the questions that I feel would kind of be important to throw on here is, so I wanted to start off, your name is J Travel or J Travel, right?
Well, Instagram name, yeah.
So I'm assuming, throughout your experiences traveling, you've probably experienced a lot of different music, right? So thinking about the different locations that you have been to, would you say that any of the music outside of America has, had any type of influence on you at all?
I mean, technically, yes. Because I grew up in Jamaica, it's outside of America. So, yes, reggae, dancehall. But if you don't count that as well, I'm going to say not really, because I don't know if it sounds good or bad. That's not why I travel. I don't travel for the music. Like you hear songs, but it's not like I go looking for it. It's the same way, like, you have foodies. People travel just to go to restaurants and eat, post their food on Instagram. That's not my thing. So, like, I've heard songs, but it's not where I was like, oh, like, I've never yet to have a scenario where I heard a song and I dive into that genre. Like I'll hear the song, think the song is cool. That's it.
Probably
I don't
Shazam it at max,
Shazam
maybe.
it. Yeah, maybe I'll Shazam like a song I hear in a hotel or like a fucking cab somewhere. But it's never where like I hear this one song and I'm like, oh, let me get into that. Like I kind of had that experience with Afro beats, but it's not like I was in Africa.
Gotcha. Right. What the Zimbabwe was like, you know what, this shit,
right? Some shit I'd be hearing at home the whole time, but I had to go to Africa to realize, nah, it's
life
not
changing.
Right? So I'm like, this WizKid guy, fucking brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, all right. So I guess the reason why I was asking that too is because I know for a lot of people when they go out to these countries, like for example, I went to Puerto Rico, right, and salsa is huge over there, right? That's kind of like got me. I came back home and I had practicing salsa on the TV.
Well, yeah, see,
you know what I mean?
Fair,
so
yeah.
I didn't know, because you've been to a lot of different places, bro. You know, and it could be one of those things where you come back home and you're like, this really felt, you know, this kind of changed my life a little bit. I didn't know, but to your point, you know, it's, you're not like one of those foodie type people or like.
Yeah, for me when I travel, like I said, it's not the music or the food. It's more so. Like most countries, unless I'm like overwhelmed, like when I went to Egypt, I was fucking overwhelmed. So it's like, yeah, it was cool, the experience stuff, but I didn't really take any. Well, I took something away from the trip. It just wasn't good. Like I won't talk about it because I don't like shitting on Egypt. But
see, when you say shit like that, it make me.
It's just, I've said it before, and I understand why the country's the way it is.
Yeah.
So I don't like talking about it because I want people to think like, oh, Egypt is a bad place.
Yeah.
It's just not a bad place. It's just shit's going on, right? But most times when I travel, what I get out of it is just, it pulls me out of my world. And that's what I love. I love when I go somewhere and I'm forced, like I don't have a choice to do what's not normal to me. Because I don't live there. I don't have that culture. I didn't grow up there. When I went to Iceland and I'm like driving around the island, like it's not like I grew up and lived there. It's like I have to fucking do shit the way they do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't have the same mindset or expectations as I have when I'm back home. Same thing when I go to Peru. It's just like, I mean, you could walk around and demand shit like a fucking annoying American because they exist, but I try not to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay. So let's see. In the day of a life of Jay, right? Is there a specific genre? I'm gonna try and keep this as music related as possible. Is there a specific genre that you kind of, I guess, listen to throughout the daily basis?
I mean, I have main ones: the cliche, hip hop, R&B. I'm listening to more Afro beats now because of Burna Boy.
Dude, which I think he just dropped his album,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I listened to more in the past. Like, I love WizKid and there's some other artists I love, but like, I can't be like, I can't tell you like, oh, there's this up and coming Afro beats. I don't know them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know them. But I'm big on reggae. Not so much dancehall, but like reggae. Like I love Bob Marley. I love like the artists I grew up hearing my parents listen to,
like Buju,
fucking what's his name, Barris Hamilton. Like it's just people like that. So I listen to that every once in a while. And honestly, it's really the whatever is on my iTunes that day, like, you know, my search history. So I'll just hit a song and then just
shuffle that shit
off. Exactly. Because and again, I listen to music when I'm doing shit. I'm not one of the people that sit here and just listen to music like and vibe. No, I gotta be like, it's mostly like I'm cleaning or I'm at work or
it's just something to have in the background.
Exactly.
I feel that. And honestly, I don't know if this is another cause of it too, but you're Jamaican, right? Like you're not a Yankee, right? You're not Yankee. Yeah.
Fresh off of the boat, well, the boat done cash out.
Right. So I'm assuming that probably has a lot of influence in like that. The reason why you like the older type of vibes too. Right. I love that. I love that. So let's see, how far are we right now? Would we want to go into like the story?
Yeah, we can hop into the story. So actually speaking, I think about it. Is he a dancehall? I won't mention the song or artist, but whatever. Speaking of that's reggae dancehall. The story I have to share is essentially as a kid, it's a field trip to like a water power plant.
Okay,
as a kid.
Interesting.
And the reason why that memory stick out is because I remember it being chaperoned. So as a kid growing up, apart from your parents or like a family member, you have like these random adults in your life that you look up to. And this memory, I'm sharing this memory because my football coach was one of them people I looked up to, and he chaperoned this trip. So every time I hear this song, I have a memory of him and the field trip.
Nice.
So yeah, So essentially, the trip is me. I can't remember if was a class trip or it was with the soccer team. I know it was the year it was my first year as captain of the football team. I keep saying soccer and football. I'm just gonna say football.
For those who are Yankees,
right? I keep flipping. But as the year I became the first year as captain, because I was captain of the football team for 2 years. Essentially my junior and senior year. So my junior year was the first year, and I can't remember if it was a football team trip or it was a class trip. But I remember he was there. So I don't know if he chaperoned the class or blah 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 whatever.
But he was around.
He's around. And it's not I can't even give you full detail. I just remember we're at the water power plant. It's literally the plant that provides water for the whole half of that country. Oh, wow. So that shit shuts down.
Yeah, fucked.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So, we were there. We were they're showing us the water bridge and the treatment plants and all that. And I just remember him chaperone. And like I said, because he was an important person to me at that point in my life, that's why the memory sticks out. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's kind of a dope memory, especially, just thinking about, the experience as a whole. Right. Let me see. Oh no, we don't do the song yet. Mm-hmm. Not yet. All right. So you say you were the captain of the soccer team.
Football. Yep.
Were you nice?
Bro.
Hold on. I know you said you him, but were you nice?
Messi who, nigga? Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something. If my mom didn't ruin my football career by bringing me to this country,
it was a dope.
I'd be on Manchester United right now.
Talk your shit.
Giving Messi the feats.
Talk your shit.
No, it was good. I played. So it's funny growing up because I had a cousin. He was fucking like you just know when people are just fucking talented. He was just so good with a goddamn ball. So I always looked up to him in terms of how I want to play. And he was a striker forward. He scores all the goals and shit. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
But I remember when I went as a kid going to try out the first year before I wasn't even a starter. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get on the team. That was I was like, I want to be a striker. And and I kick with my left foot. So it's not the normal foot to kick with. And I got a deadly left. I'm not even going to lie to you. My shit, put it this way, I knocked out a kid in the game.
Damn.
I took a free kick straight in the face. Out cold. Hospital trip, everything. He's fine, so don't worry. But I got some power in my kick, right? So that was my goal. And then my coach, he saw it and was like, nah, I'm gonna put you as center back, which pretty much is if you know football, center back is usually, depending on most formations, is the last position. It's me and then the goalkeeper. So you put me at center back, right? So I'm the last man. But he saw the potential. And eventually I was pissed at first, don't get me wrong, but I fell in love with it.
Yep.
And, it put me at a point of view, I see the field. I love that shit. I see the field. And, eventually when I became captain, I could call out certain things. If my winger is fucking going too far ahead and if the striker, the forward is dropping to midfield, but my winger is my right winger is too far ahead, I can yell yo, come back, or cross so the forward can play in or wherever the ball's going. Yep. So you can see that from it. And that's when it clicked. I'm like, oh, this nigga is genius. As a kid, you don't really see these things, so you just want to fucking go score goals. Right. That's what you see on TV. You see all the people. You see the Ronaldo, not Cristiano, but Ronaldo at the time, the Brazilian Ronaldo. You see him fucking scoring goals. So you're like, I want to do that shit. Yep. You don't see them niggas. You don't see the Ramoses and the dude in the back shutting shit down so Ronaldo can score goals. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I saw it, but yeah.
Dude, I mean, yeah, to your point, there's a lot. So I'm clearly not too big into soccer. Mm-hmm. I would love to be, or football. Mm-hmm. But I seen this video the other day. So Messi's in Florida right now, right? And there's the video where they basically set it up for Messi to score this goal.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Dude,
it's fucking brilliant.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but this nigga did a kick.
But he did the kick and then kick it back over and then he passed it, ran in. But
yeah, it was a give and go back to Messi.
Listen, I'm not gonna say I'm a fucking professional. I stopped playing a long time ago. Clearly, you see that? I clearly stopped playing.
No, you just boking, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm boking. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get strong. I'm trying to be a wall. You know what I'm saying? But that watching that video, just having that defensive mindset when Messi passed it off and the guy, I knew he was gonna play it back in. Because if you watch Messi's movement, you can tell by his movement before he even passed the fucking ball, because his body was already leaning towards the run. So I'm saying he's already lean, so he taps it and just makes the run because he's trying to get a jump on the defender.
Yep.
As the defender in that position, you gotta watch them. Especially if you're not the only one. If you watch that video, he's not the only one. If I was the last person there, I would watch the ball because you gotta stop the ball. But if you got a man to your left, a man to your right, you gotta watch Messi, bro.
Yeah.
He's been killing the league. Like, you gotta watch him. So he took his eye off him and then,
dude, he's scoring 4 people. Crazy.
Yeah.
But that just shows you I'm not gonna hold you. If I was the defendant, I would have got killed bad.
Hey, I would have got a red card. I'm not gonna hold you.
You would have tackled that nigga hard
to the knee. To the Kevin KG
y'all ain't finna scare me like that.
Ain't gonna play me like national TV, nigga. Out of your fucking mind. Out of your mind.
But dude, I do remember because I think, what was it, like high school? It was high school when we first met, right? Mm-hmm. And I do remember we used to go play basketball. Yo, you fucking calves,
bro. What? I was just telling Freddie earlier, I still get sexually assaulted by TSA. I don't give a fuck. It's sexual assault. I don't care what nobody says.
You know what TSA stands for? Terminal sexual assault.
Thank you. Come get these rubs, motherfucker. No. You know, remember you seen Friday or next Friday with Terry Crews?
Wait.
When he pulls up on Cat Williams in the bathroom?
Please remind me. I don't remember that scene.
Because he plays a gay dude that just got out of prison. And he sees Cat Williams. Cat Williams goes to use the bathroom. He ambushes him in the bathroom. You ever seen the scene when he grabs him by the nuts with the pliers?
I can't remember that shit. I'm gonna see now. I gotta go watch it. Yeah, whatever.
Terry Crews reminds me of TSA, but I'm saying stop shitting on TSA. They gonna make my next trip a tart. I'm like, I heard you, nigga.
It's alright. I heard you. Let me see them calves.
Go in this room real quick. I saw you fucking assault. No, I'm playing. But yeah, when I go through TSA, because my hair always produces heat. So most times it triggers the machine.
Got you.
So they have to pat me down. 9 out of 10 times they have to pat me down. And every fucking time they pat me down, the guy gets to my calves. He's like, you can feel him stop and yeah, because it's I got pretty nice calves. I'm not gonna lie, but so he's like, wait the fuck, is this a weapon? I'm like, depends, nigga.
It depends, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Fight who you ask, bro.
Nah, your calves is OD, bro. Bro. Do you remember the cramps you used to get
the
on
fucking craters?
Yo!
Oh, you saw that too. You remember Miss Moore's class?
But do you remember the fens?
Yeah.
We used to play basketball and you went for a jump or whatever the fuck.
And my shit yeah. But I learned now that was all dehydration. Then I didn't know.
That's what it was.
I just thought I had water, bad calves. I was just dehydrated. I was drinking water. I needed electrolytes and water, bro. That's just it. But yeah, because even remember Miss Moore PE class? Remember the track above the thing?
The YMCA?
Yeah. So I used to run around that. I remember one time I was just doing the warm ups and that shit it was like a fucking boulder in my leg. I think other people saw it too. I was done, but yeah.
But it just shows you you probably were really on your shit playing. Do you ever, I don't want to say regret, but do you ever wish that you kind of stayed in Jamaica just for the different lifestyle?
Yeah, I jokingly blame my mom. And let's be real. I wasn't some fucking prodigy, right? I probably would have played at a higher level.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I remember starting school. So high school starts in the 7th grade in Jamaica. And I remember that first year, that was a year before I moved to America. That first year, there's a interclass position. So there's 7A, the classes are 7A, 7B goes up to
the cohorts.
E. Yeah. So it's classroom 7A would play a match against classroom 7D.
Right.
That's like a freshman tournament essentially. I don't know what room I was, but my class, we pretty much got to the final. We lost, but we got to the finals. But I remember the coach of the boys team, so in Jamaica, there's a major competition called the DaCosta Cup. It's like a high school league. It's nationally televised. People give a fuck.
Wow.
Because you play for them, and then if you're good enough, you play for the national team. So it's everybody watches it because it's this is where the next fucking national players are coming from. You know what I mean? And if you're a good national player, you go play and you get scouted by fucking European teams. So Spanish team. Deal. So exactly. So that's the trajectory. That's the path of it. Everybody knows it. You go to a good high school with a good fucking football team. If you ball your ass off, the national team notice you, or if you're really good, a European team will notice you in high school. You know what I'm saying? And then you fucking go become a star. So I wasn't thinking like that. I just remember, first of all, freshman year, I didn't even try out because some shit happened. I missed the tryout. like I think like a gas station blew up across the street.
Oh my.
It's like the day of the tryout. Like I brought my cleats and everything. The gas station blew up, so that emergency like shut school down early, kick everybody out the day of the tryout. And I just never followed up. I don't know why. I just never followed up on when the new date was. So I missed that tryout date, right? And then skip to the class tournament. We're in the finals. I'm balling my ass off. I had like fucking 4 goals. Like, cause now
Messi.
right. I'm telling you, dog. Cause I was good at like one-time kicks, meaning like I don't know how to explain it.
The free kick?
Free kicks, like those are called set pieces. I'm good at set pieces. And then I was good at like, it's essentially a one-time kick. Like instead of like stopping the ball and setting my feet, like it's like if somebody crossed, I was like fucking like a volley or like just one time go.
While it's in
so
motion.
I was really good at that. Like, and the coach of the boys team, for lack of a better term, they don't call it varsity, but the varsity team was there. He was officiating one of the things. He saw me. He pulled me. He's like, "You go here," because I dropped like 4 goals in like goddamn 15 minutes. Like and we still lost. That's the crazy part.
That's crazy.
So they tied up. We went to penalties. We lost.
Gotcha.
Right. So, but after the game, he's like, "You go here." I'm like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm playing." Like, fuck's for students, motherfucker. What the fuck you mean? He's like, "Why you come to the tryouts?" So he's trying to get me to come to the tryouts, and I shit you not, probably like 2-3 weeks after that, my mom comes down. She's like, "Yeah, you're going to America." And then she takes me and put me in middle school and put me in a low budgeted school with no soccer team. That's kind of how my quote unquote career ended. So
it was at that moment you knew.
Yeah. And then, I mean, because of that, I never really kept training because, it wasn't, and by the time I got to high school to try for college, I was good, but I wasn't like on their level because I stopped playing for like all of high school, all of middle school. It just wasn't the same.
And it's not really, I don't want to say it's not really as important, but there are bigger sports here, right? Football and
I
basketball.
always say, bro, if I had like I was born here and like raised in the American system as a kid, 100% I would be playing football.
Oh, you'd be a football player
like,
for sure.
I'm a line. Look at me. I scream linebacker.
You're like 100%
I scream.
football player.
I'm 5'11", 2 something. I got a little bit of speed. I know I can hit the fuck out of some quarterbacks,
sure
bro.
you go out right now and people ask you what team you play for.
Bro, all the time. Like I'm at work, an old man will come in like, football. It's to the point I start lying like, yeah, I just stopped. I never played a down, nigga. Like,
ask you to read the play, you're like, nigga, what are you talking about?
Well, because I'm mad, I'm
about to say, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's a zone 2, fucking corner blitz. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Dude, man, it's crazy how the way that life goes, man. You know what I mean? Like the universe be universes sometimes.
And that's the thing is like, that's honestly, it's part of the thing I struggle with sometimes because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, right? You can tell there's certain things I do. I'm fucking anal about it. I got to do this because this is gonna happen, blah blah blah, or I want this outcome. And life, I can't. Sometimes I can't come to the grip that life don't work that way.
Yeah.
Like same shit. Like if my plans go, like I said, I'll be fucking playing for Man U right now. You know what I'm saying? But here I am, and it's not like I hate my life. I regret it. I don't. I love my fucking life. But who the fuck knows? And it's shit you don't control.
And that's the thing. Like people don't like the saying, but everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
Even if you can't see it like up front, there's a bigger picture. So even if something shitty happens right now,
Yeah. That's just it, man. But
God would only know. Imagine the podcast right now. Would this be happening right now if you
stayed
stayed in Jamaica?
Know you. Like, let's be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's my point. It's like I always say, know better, do better. So I just move off what's right and wrong, what I feel like the better thing to do is, what the right thing to do is, and that's just it. But yeah.
Okay, so let me see where we at right now. I have a surprise for you.
What?
So typically we don't do this on the podcast.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Yo, but so at the end of the podcast, there's typically we ask our guests these 3 questions.
Okay.
Right? It's kind of a blitz. I don't know what the fuck you know what this is. All right, so I have 3 questions for you.
Oh, wait, are you doing that now?
I don't know how much time we have. I do this now?
We have all the time in the world. I still got to introduce the song, dude.
Oh,
you gonna do that now?
Hold on,
you
could cut that out. Cut that out then.
Yeah, we'll cut this part out.
All right, so let's pause it.
Okay.
All right, let's pause it. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jay, host of the Tunes and Tales podcast. And the song I will be talking about is Just One of Those Days by Sizzla Kalonji. Try cry. Even my heart cry. No, I'm sorry. All right.
Why did you choose the song that you chose?
Because
No, I asked you that already.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you told me about the
No, that's the moment.
Oh. All right, delete all that shit.
Yo, this shit pisses me off.
My bad, bro. All right. Top ahead.
That's hilarious.
It was Dry Cry, right?
Just one of those days.
Just one of those days? All right, Jay. So why did you choose Just One of Those Days as your selection?
Because that was a song on the bus. I remember it was, what year? Oh, don't get me lying. Whatever year it was. It was playing on the radio. And every time I hear it, I get flashback to being on the bus. And like I said, with, my coach up front. And we're heading to the power plant. And I just remember all of us were singing that song because it's like the song. When it came out, it was like the hit song. And everybody was like feeling it. And for some reason, that song, I don't know why, because my soccer coach, he passed away a couple years ago. So ever since I hear that song, I just think of him. Like I have that memory of him, and I just so.
And I know he was like a very influential person in your life, type of deal.
The thing is, it's like if you met him, he was probably one of the most miserable.
Oh boy!
Like just grumpy. Like just fucking short tempered. Like,
you know what? I see it now.
I think it's funny because one of my coworkers, her nickname for me is Grumpy. Oh god! But it's like I get it. It's because he gives a fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he cares, and I'm the same way, bro. If I care about what I'm doing or something I'm working on, bro, I'm very demanding of the people around me and of myself. So like, I'm very fucking annoyed when somebody doesn't do something right, or you can fuck up one time, but like if you're not learning, or I feel like you don't care as much as I do, it's frustrating. So I feel like that was his mindset, especially when it comes to coaching, because he was demanding. But that's the type of coaching I love.
Yeah,
that fucking it's okay, like do better next time.
That's not
shit.
real coaching.
Like go fuck yourself.
Those are one of the guys that everybody deserves a trophy.
Exactly.
Like,
oh god,
come on, man.
If I ever have kids, bro, and they come in with a fifth place trophy,
like
I'm gonna make them and the coach cry.
Like,
because you're supposed to cry, you lost. Like,
dry cry.
Even my heart cries, but who cares? That's what that does,
dude. You can't everybody can't be a winner, bro.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. No, that honestly, I feel because I'm the same way. Mm-hmm. Like in high school, we had a basketball coach was Warren. Yeah. Right. And this dude, he's a hard ass basketball coach, but we don't need anybody. That's how you lose. Bro.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is like looking back. And again, all these things I didn't see as a kid, because there were practices. I'm like, fuck this dude. Like he's fucking ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was pissed. But you cannot tell me I did not enjoy practice. Bro, I remember one time, and this is another memory too. I remember once, so the soccer field, I keep saying soccer, the football field was behind the school, right?
Yep.
Like anybody who went to St. James Prep, if you listen to this podcast, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So like outside is like a little court. You can tell it was like a basketball court or something, like concrete thing. And to the left of it was a field. But our field wasn't like really a field. It was like just a long stretch of piece of land, almost like a parking spot. With grass. But it just had grass, right? So we practiced there. And I remember one day, I think it was the first year I was captain. I was like, I don't know, for some reason that day I was just excited to get to practice, bro. Like, I was like, oh, practice is going to be fun. I think we just won a game yesterday. Like, so we're in the finals. I'm like, oh, we're like, practice is going to be fucking fun. Because usually when we win, we don't run as much.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't run as much. We don't get yelled at. He's pretty
He's
cool.
in a good mood.
We do nice little scrimmage games, fun little games, passing drills. Like, the best is like penalty drills because we love that shit. Like, everybody wants to score. So I'm thinking like, oh, like, that's what we're going to be doing. Nigga, I was prep school, so my dad picks me up. And I get to practice. We do our laps. We do the warm-ups. I'm stretching. I look to the gate. I see my dad. Keep in mind, I'm like 2 minutes into practice. I see my dad at the gate. If my guy's there, it means he's here to pick me up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro,
we just
way too early, bro. I cried. I cried, bro. I don't know why, but I was in my dad's car bawling. Like, I want to practice.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, I don't want to go home. Like, and I don't know, man. I just have a memory of that. Like, that's my point is, that's why I love, like, I wanted to play for him. Like, I don't care how fucking miserable people said and he was fucking miserable. But, like, that's how much he made it was fun to play for him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the memory.
Lasting impact, dude. I love that. And yo, if I'm gonna continue on that conversation, dude, the fact of having someone that cares that much, it goes exponentially along. It makes that lasting impact on you, right?
100%.
And that goes beyond just like playing on the field. That's like in
life, dude. Because you know what I mean. I agree. Because if you come across. Even right now I'm in the mindset of trying to find a mentor for some, like, you know, startup stuff I'm working on, trying to set up. And, like, I'm not looking for some father figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a grown ass man. I like to think I got life figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working on therapy. Like, I'll be fine. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, having people in your life you can go to for everything or specific things, like, bro, that's how you win at life, bro.
100%.
Low key. Like, nobody talks about that shit. I mean, everybody pretends like they figured it out by themselves or like they're doing it. Nobody does. No fucking body. One, nobody never has it figured out. Warren Buffett right now, one of the richest men in the world, still don't have it figured out. I promise you. And two, I mean, he's the man, but he probably still has people he takes advice from. Like, so it's the same thing. It's like, you have to find people. If you want to do good in life, in my opinion, you have to find people that play that role for you, that you can be inspired by, that you can look up to, that, you know, honestly even motivate you to not be them. Like, that's a whole other conversation too. So yeah. But
I mean, they say, it's cliche, but teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
And find somebody that's smarter than you and have them show you how to do what you want, if that's the direction that you want to go, right?
Right.
There's people out here, and if we're gonna, going into the business aspect of it, there's people out here who don't do a lick of the business that they're doing, but they find people who are like super talented in that field,
bro. They're fucking team.
That's how that's how it's supposed to go, man.
That's it.
But I think the name, you say you're not looking for dad, but as an adult, the word is mentor, right?
Mentor, exactly. But I feel like, going back to my coach, clearly I had my dad in my life. He came and fucking picked me up, and I was crying. Right? Like, fuck my day up, bro. Just ruin my shit, right? But I feel like looking back, and I could be wrong, I don't know. Like, I feel like looking back, the role my coach played in my life is somebody apart from my dad that wanted me to do good. Because I knew my dad was a strict dad too, like my stepdad, but he's a strict father, and he demanded a lot. But I knew he just wanted, and keep in mind, we're in a third world country. My life could go left real fucking quick. Oh, yeah. So I understood, like, he wants me to go to school, do this, and I get it. And I feel like on the flip side, my coach was along the same line, just with something I love. Because I hated school, but I understood the need for it. You know what I mean? And on the flip side, I love football. And then my coach is the same way. Like, yeah, I love football, but hey, you still gotta fucking practice. You gotta be good. You gotta watch the game, learn all that shit. And it's trivial as a kid, but looking at it now is just, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
That definitely instilled a lot of discipline into. I feel like that's the best way to build that discipline. Doing something that you love, right? Because finding discipline, doing some shit that you hate, honestly, it builds probably stronger discipline, but it's so much harder to do that shit.
Facts.
Right?
But I feel like you master that shit, because that's what I struggle with. To this day, dude, like, if I'm not 100% in it, it's hard, man. It is hard to give a fuck. I can't tell you how many college classes I took where I'm like I had this logic class, like introduction to logistics. No, I think it was introduction to logic. That's it. Just rough.
That just sounds boring as shit.
Rough, bro. It's like, if AB is this, then C must be, like, that type shit. Shoot me now. Bro, I barely passed the class. I'm not gonna I only passed the class because the professor didn't give a fuck as much as I did. I'm being honest, bro. Like, he just passed because he didn't want to fucking deal with it. He just passed students because he didn't want to deal with it.
Probably don't even like the fucking class.
This is boring textbook shit. But my point is, all that, if I'm not in, that's what I'm working on. If I'm not into it, it's hard to have that discipline and stick with it. So, but I feel like that's human. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. That's what makes us. That's what separates the weak from the strong, right? Mm-hmm. When you do something that you know that you need to do, but you don't want to do it, like getting over that obstacle,
rough.
Ooh,
rough.
Shit. But rough. when you see the peak, bro.
Yeah, now I think about it, it's kind of the opposite, right? Because going back to my dad picking me up at practice, it was hard to walk away because I love it, right? I was crying. But if my dad come pick me up from Logic, introduction to Logic class, I'm like, let's go. We out of here.
You should have came earlier.
Nigga, you shouldn't let me walk in this bitch. What's going on, dog? But yeah, no, you're right.
Dude, that is whoa, I just got lightheaded as shit.
Don't pass out, nigga.
Bro, you gotta crack it up.
You gotta pass out.
Dogs. Shit, man. Okay.
Oh shit, sorry.
Should have came prepared more with some more questions, man.
Good, bro. We can get into the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I can say.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, that whole part gonna get cut out, so they don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. But go ahead.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Well, hey, I got a surprise for you.
Oh no! What surprise? Could it be fucking on the spot, the segment we do at the end of the episode? Psychic, bro. Fucking psychic.
Well, I guess it's not much of a surprise, but
I got you.
I do have 3 questions for you. Mm-hmm. And I know you have no idea what these are.
Right.
So it's fucking lit. You threw me off when you asked me those damn questions.
Right. I'm gonna get a taste of my own medicine.
I still want to change my last song.
It ain't gonna change, bro. It ain't gonna change. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the clip right here. Right here. So they gonna see that shit. They gonna see and hear that shit twice.
Oh God. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with something easy, right? So we established you're bulking right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Lifetime bulk. Lifetime bulk.
All right. So, but you're big in the gym.
Okay.
You're big in the gym. So when you go to the gym, what's the best song, or what's your go-to song that gets you the most hype?
Oh, easy. 50 Cent, In My Hood.
50 Cent.
First song, well, technically second if you count the intro. First full song on the Massacre album.
Okay.
Niggas screw their face up at me on some real shit, son. You don't want me. It's like my fucking fuck with me song. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I just want to go into the story of how much you love 50,
that's my nigga,
bro.
That's my that could be a whole nother fucking podcast episode. Actually, it might be next season. But like, he was low key my first introduction to hip hop. But that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother story,
yeah.
Dude. 50. I mean, that was that nigga, bro. Yeah. But I digress. Okay, so 50 Cent. All right. Follow up question. Mm-hmm. You get your heart broken. Mm-hmm. What song would bring you back to life?
Oof. Okay, this is good. Like Cheer Me Up?
Yeah.
I want to say one, but I know it's a lie if I say it. But it's popping in my head. So do I lie or take some more time and tell you the truth?
Hey, he's crushing time.
To cheer me up, I would say, damn, this is tough. Fuck.
I know you're heartless, bro, so it's kind of tough.
I'm about to say, bro, I love these hoes. What are you talking about? Now I'm playing. To cheer me up, because I'm the type of person, I like to like feel my feels.
Yeah.
So I don't really play cheer up songs. But for this, if I had to say, I'm gonna go with Happy by Pharrell.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You probably hit the let it out, nigga, let it out.
That bitch gone.
That bitch is happy
without me.
Oh God. Okay, and the last song. Uh-huh. It's the end of the world.
Yes.
And you had one song that you could play on repeat. What song would that be?
Ooh. I fucking love the song. I always fucking blank when I'm on the spot. It's by Sebastian Mikel. Oh, fuck. Can I look it up?
I mean, you know exactly what it is. Is it Sebastian from Boston?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the song. You know the fucking song.
I'm giving you a break because it's your podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why am I fucking... I know exactly where it is. Sebastian Mikel. I'm gonna cut this part. We'll clip it so I have to kill all this time. Okay, now I realize this shit is harder than I thought.
Bruh. So can I play
Sebastian Michael Exit. That's the name of the song.
So that's the song that you would have on repeat?
Put that shit on repeat.
Whole time?
Yep. 7 days out of the week, I'm here by myself. I fucking love that song. But yeah.
That's fitting for the time period too.
Yeah. We about to die.
That's like some I Am Legend
I think he made it during the COVID, if I remember correctly. But yeah.
Okay. Dude, you did much better than I thought you. I know I tripped you up with that hardworking shit.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
Knocked it out of the park.
Dude, I love again, I know I gave you your flowers in the beginning of this, but this podcast, just getting in touch with like the inner you figuring out why you're stubborn,
why nobody like you.
But also seeing like where you came from in soccer, in football, and just the whole transition, it brings out a different aspect of who Jay Reed Travel is.
And honestly, everybody who's a guest on the show, it's just like the first episode, Abraham, like he said it on the episode. He's like, he literally is like, thank you for having me. It's like, I never really, it's good looking back, because he was talking about his dad and his mom, and he never really he felt these way about his parents, loves his parents, but he never took the time to to click it. You know what I'm saying? Like put it together. Like, oh shit, like these moments, like. That's the reason I'm fucking playing piano for a Grammy nominated artist right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it's shit like that I fucking love.
It builds you into who you are, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, like, even listening to his podcast. Oh, no, his episode.
Right, his episode,
because I know who he is.
Right.
I'm like, dude, like.
You didn't know all that.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's the point.
He used to produce for me, like getting started. We used to go around, play 2K, and then just go bang on some tracks. Right. And I'm like, yo, it's just fire seeing the transition.
Exactly.
So you deserve your flowers, man. I know this is just the first of many complete seasons, and I'm excited for season 2. I know that as same as you are, man.
Oh, I can't wait. I hope this shit blow up, man.
It will. It'll blow up. It will. We're gonna be motherfucking trillionaires.
The motherfucking trillionaire show.
You heard? Yo, you know what? We gotta think of a song. We gotta think of the first song that comes to mind when we hit our first $1 trillion.
It's gonna be Chameleonaire because it just rhymes. Gotta catch me riding dirty. No, it wouldn't be that. I don't know.
Yeah, bro, that's like high school.
Yeah. Oh no, I felt wrong to even say that shit.
Yo, it was just like 20 years down the road. We were first in like shit from like 2000.
They were like, what?
Who the fuck?
Yeah, but
I love it, man. I love it.
All right, my guy.
Well,
thanks for doing my episode.
Thank you for having it.
Appreciate you.
Let's go.
Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Right after the podcast, actually.
Right after the podcast.